Human rights are something that are intrinsic to all human beings. And not all of us have the ability or the power to be able to stand up for those rights. There are many of us who cannot speak for ourselves.
I have privilege. I have privilege because of the opportunities that have been availed to me, and I want to make sure that others also have those privileges and opportunities. I use my privilege to try to open doors for others. I use my privilege to try to speak on behalf of others who may not be heard when they come to petition their government or to petition authority structures.
Because it really is dehumanizing to take away somebody's voice.
And I felt that people like me needed to represent and create a bridge between our community and the government itself.
In my work, I'm building diverse teams and being inclusive, as well as in our community, just making sure that everybody feels welcome in Salt Lake City.
Because I feel it's like my responsibility too. It's my responsibility as a refugee to give back. I need everybody knows what the refugee going through, with the voice of the refugee, what they want, what they need.
And we can boil it down to the things that you learn in first and second grade are basically the way that you should treat everybody around you. The way that you wish to be treated is the way that you should treat everybody else.
Again, it really comes down to just that fundamental rights, being able to be treated, quite frankly, equally.
So having that diverse representation on the commission allows us as commissioners to be able to look at our entire community, not just one little corner of it, and to be able to serve the entire community.
It's more about education, advocacy, training, being a voice for issues that are sort of outside of the scope and scale of what people encounter on a daily basis.
I am the executive sponsor and founder of Vivint Pride, which is our LGBTQ plus employee resource group, and we are actively reaching out to other tech companies within the Silicon Slopes in Utah.
The way I try to represent human rights in our community is by being part of different networks, be that faith or interfaith or school or different social networks, and trying to bridge the gap of people's needs and the way the government responds to those needs.
To prevent discrimination and also promote equity and social justice in our community.
It's just to share my experience of who I am and from the community that I come from.
Just showing up and showing support for our fellow Salt Lakers, you know.
I think that the opportunities that have come to me, and oftentimes it's been because others have opened doors for me or have seen potential in me, I feel very strongly about paying that forward.
Now more than ever, it is incumbent on us to be brave, to take that first step, to step out of our comfort zone, to speak up when something bad has happened, to make our voices heard.
I'm Kim Maines, and I stand for human rights.
Luna Banuri, I stand for human rights.
My name is Nicole Salazar-Hall, and I stand up for human rights.
My name is Jason Wessel, and I stand for human rights.
أنا أقف مع حقوق الإنسان.
I'm Rebecca Chavez-Houck, and I stand up for human rights.
Shauna Dumbia, I stand for human rights.
My name is Angela Tuyaki. I stand for human rights.
I will always use my right to stand up for your rights. Yeah.